I'm sick with a cold. I'm having fever and my nose is running, and so it's been difficult for me to even talk today. And I probably shouldn't even be trying to work, but these messages are just coming to me that I need to share. So, a narcissist does not want to negotiate with you. When you are a sensitive empath, highly sensitive person, you can identify to be a starseed, a chosen one of God, that you are a human angel, that you are an earth angel. You are very sensitive and kind, and of course you want to communicate in a healthy way with people. You want to negotiate with people if there's something that has to be solved. I'm also trying to charge my phone here at the same time when I'm recording, so this is not very nice. But yeah, I have to say what I have to say. So if this resonates, because likely you have been dealing with a lot of narcissistic people throughout your life, when you are a sensitive empath, a highly sensitive person, a chosen one of God, starseed, earth angel, because you are naturally different from others, you're spiritual, and you can be so trusting, and these people, like your narcissistic parents, have been exploiting all of the good traits that are within you. They have been stealing your peace ever since childhood, and you did become that scapegoat in the family without wanting it. So especially if this is a legal situation that you have had to be fighting narcissists in court, for example, which is of course the worst kind of a situation with them. But anyway, the thing is that they don't want to negotiate with you because they have their own agenda, their own needs, their own goals, what they want, and they want to hold on to what they want so that it happens. And in order to do that, they will seriously, literally, they will not hear you because they don't want to hear you out. If you try to write them something, they don't want to read it. If you try to talk to them, they don't want to hear it. They do not want to respect you. They do not respect you. They cannot. They simply cannot. And again, how do we recognize that we're dealing with narcissistic people when we want to communicate? First of all, they don't take any accountability or responsibility of how they are treating us, how they're talking to us. They talk over us. Like I said, they don't want to listen, they don't want to hear. All they see and want to hear is their own opinion. Whatever the situation is, it can be a legal situation, whatever it is, whoever the narcissist is, they are so stubborn, so self-indulgent, that they will do whatever it takes to hold on to their lies, delusions, their own opinions, their own agenda, their own goal, to get what they want. Their eye is strict on that. And usually they are underestimating us on purpose. Everything that they do, how they act, how they behave is intentional. It's not an accident, especially if you have repeatedly set your boundaries, spoken your truth, you have stood up for yourself and what matters, you have done what you had to do, you speak the truth, but all they speak are lies and false assumptions, because that's all that they have. Because they will never want to stick to the truth, because they cannot, because they are liars, they are controllers, they have the Jezebel spirit within them. So they can be very manipulative. And I'm just saying this right now because if you need to hear this, you need to be reminded. So this, of course, can create a very tricky situation, especially if you're dealing with a narcissistic authority figure, because they can be misusing their power and control, their position, to be that authority figure. They are misusing their power, using it all wrong when they should be righteous. And of course, we are righteous when we're children of God, but they are the complete opposite. So in order to deal with this, you have to remember how it is, to stay sane, that you're not blaming yourself again, because your childhood trauma triggers, trauma responses can be showing up with this situation. Of course, one of my core values with my work is always to, first of all, connect with my soul people who are like me, highly sensitive empaths, earth angels, starseeds, chosen ones of God, righteous people. And you have a similar history as I have to have being the family scapegoat, and you just want to manage your life and do what's right and be yourself and, heal and thrive. And so I'm here to help you with this. My self-help book, of course, will also help you. And if you apply to work with me, I just updated the website where I have the form that you can fill out if you're interested. But yes, if you're right now needing to have to negotiate with a narcissistic person, and you're dealing with a narcissistic authority figure and a legal situation, you don't have to be. The negotiation can, of course, be regarding something else, but this is resonating with you. That you're feeling the pain and the trauma responses because they are not hearing you. They can be talking all over you when you try to speak, you try to be heard, you try to be respected and seen, and like we're supposed to be with healthy people. So instead, they're just attacking you, and they can be invalidating you and dismissing you and your message, whatever it is that you're trying to communicate. Miscommunication is always different from narcissistic coercive control, using their power and control over innocent, kind, trusting people, open people, and hurting them. It's completely different. If a person miscommunicates or misunderstands, it won't be abusive. It will still be calm communication and not triggered. It won't trigger your trauma responses. So there's a huge difference. And again, like I said, they can be talking over you, maybe even yelling. They are not reading what you want to write to them, which can make you even more triggered in that situation. So all they see and hear and believe in and stick to is what they want, their opinion, even though they have not even heard you out, they have not even asked you, but they will still be holding on to their false lies, assumptions, opinions, whatever the thing is that they want to hold on to. So it's never the victim's fault. I think we might have to remind ourselves many, many times when we've been family scapegoats, had to survive after childhood trauma, being dumped alone with all of those issues when our parents, our caregivers did not help us, but abused us. But again, as I've said before, this creates the tricky situation that can seem like a dead end, but that is why you need to seek help elsewhere from other people who are not involved with these narcissists, because if it has anything to do with them, they're basically the same system, especially if you're dealing with narcissistic authorities. They will be defending each other, covering their lies etc. You know. So they play the victim, like you're the villain, you're the bad guy, you're the problem. And they can say things like, oh, I'm not attacking you, we're not attacking you, why do you think that we're attacking you? And they will try to weaponize. So they will always try to weaponize all your trust, your kindness, your empathy, your sensitivity, your trauma, everything about you against you. They will try to turn it all against you. They can claim that you're the difficult one if you don't conform to their wishes. Or again, they can claim that you're mentally ill behind your back or to your face. Usually they love to do this, of course, behind your back. The Jezebel spirit acts like that. She wants to act behind people's back and enjoys it. And of course, the Jezebel can manifest in both men and women. It's not gender specific. So we have to be aware. So they don't want to let go. They will keep on arguing with you or yelling at you or, disrespecting you, bullying you, abusing you in different ways, trying different tricks. If one doesn't work, they will try another, and especially behind your back. After all your hard work, when you've been truthful and respectful with them and, trusted them, for example, and then you have to learn that they were never worthy of your trust or your attention or your love or your care or your compassion, your understanding, you being loyal to them, you doing everything that they wanted you to do, but it's still not enough. And you just feel so drained out and so freaking hurt and so betrayed and deceived. And then you have to learn, maybe the hard way, that all your efforts will never be enough with them. That really you have to seek out help. You have to seek help elsewhere from actually kind, respectful people. And that you actually want to focus on and manifest those healthier people to help you. And of course, pray to God, yes. Ask Jesus to help, of course, as well, your angels. We have to always give it to God. We cannot be fighting all this battle by ourselves. We should not be. It's just too much. It is so disrespectful. It is so unfair. It's so draining. Because again, we're dealing with spiritual warfare, psychic attacks from these. And of course, curses are also real. And it can have to do with generational family line curse as well. But anyway, the thing is that they do not want to negotiate with you in a fair way. They always want to win. They always want to be right. They always need to be right. Even though they don't necessarily want to admit these things, but that is still what their actions say. And they talk to you like you are an idiot, like you are a child, like you are a teenager, like you are somehow below them, like you are somehow dumb or stupid, because they want to intentionally be hurting you and putting you down so that they would get all the power and control in the situation. So their treatment towards you, their behavior towards you can seem like they are talking to a child, which can make you even more angry, which can make you feel even more triggered, which can make you feel shame or fear or guilt or insecurity. especially when you have already been the family scapegoat as a child. So they are basically pushing you to that same role. But of course, then detaching from them, understanding that you are your own person helps. That's how they are behaving and treating you, how they're acting is again a projection, a reflection of them. And we can remember, we can hold on to these universal truths that we are supported, guided, and loved, always. We don't need to be explaining, we don't need to be waiting around, we don't need to be conforming to any toxic person. We don't need to be overextending ourselves and over-explaining when we are not heard, when we are not listened to and seen. And so you might have this realization that it would have been better if you did not do anything. If you just stayed no contact and quiet and silenced. And usually with narcissists and us empaths and highly sensitive people, because we're sensitive, we're intuitive, usually it is a lot healthier. The more we can stay away, the more we can stay no contact, the more we can stay silenced, detached. We become indifferent. We don't care. So that is the most healthiest state when it comes to this interaction to be in. And I'm just saying honestly from my own painful personal experiences and realizations that I really felt in my entire being, and my intuition had been telling me as well, and God had been telling me that I just should have withdrawn, that I would have been saving my own energy and my attention and myself if I just would have stayed silent in many situations. Instead of trying too much, instead of trying to over-explain again and trying to understand and yada yada yada. So again, it's about protecting your mental health, your sanity, your health overall, and your peace as well. So yeah, it's difficult if you have to negotiate with narcissistic people, especially with narcissistic authorities. If you're dealing with a court case regarding them, something official, it's even harder. Of course, it's very hard with a narcissistic parent or with a narcissistic ex or partner. It's never easy. It's never easy to deal with them. It's very exhausting and hurtful and disrespectful and draining, yes. But sometimes there are those situations where you can just withdraw. But of course, if it's something official, then it's harder to withdraw. So, as I'm sure that we're always the ones who try. We're always the ones who try to communicate and solve things. Because we're peacemakers. We are the light bringers. We want justice. We want righteousness. We're God's mission. And so, of course, that they are on the devil's mission. And so they are the complete opposite. And they don't want to embrace us the way we are. And we just have to just admit to ourselves that this is just how it is with these people, and do what we can. And again, thank you for supporting my work, reading my posts, being active, and subscribing to my YouTube. And again, so if this resonates and you need more help and support and you're interested in my help and support, buy my self-help book. I would love it to have more kind, lovely reviews of how you guys have found my book helpful. It is a roadmap of important, valuable things that I gathered together in that book, of those things that I found helpful on my own journey as I was recovering from depression after being scapegoated, after having experienced the childhood trauma, and I had nobody to help me and understand me and hear me out and things like that. And my one-on-one sessions and my coaching program are also to help you, so do apply if you're interested.